Up front tonight, John Stossel with a report about babies. And I can guarantee you, you're going to hear something new about babies. For one thing, John finds that newborn babies can see. They can recognize voices. And above all, newborn babies know what they need. And I've always thought, John, that they really smile, and it's not just a gas bubble.
They're not sure about that. It might be a gas bubble, but there's certainly a lot more going on with babies than I'd ever thought possible. And the researchers now say that whether we become emotionally healthy adults, whether we feel secure, can hold a job, have friends, can love someone, depends partly on what happens to us during our first year.
And this report tonight is not about feeding and diapering and environmental needs so much as it is the emotional needs of the child, right?
Just emotional needs. We're not dealing with intelligence either. But the doctors say there are signs you can look for to see if your baby is emotionally healthy or not.
Pants, don't push, Carol. Scroll your work, that's it.
I got it.
Okay,
Baby's
don't
coming.
push, baby's right here.
Low.
There it is.
Low.
Can
Low.
you see?
Low.
On this day, the fifth child of Carol and Paul Drain of Malden, Massachusetts, is leaving the snug, warm place she's become used
One more
to
little push. There's the baby's head.
to face a bright, noisy new world.
He's coming, almost
There's the
done.
rest of the baby.
Almost done.
Okay, here we go.
Here he comes.
Hey, take a
Here he
look.
comes. Carol, look.
Carol, look, there's the baby.
What is it?
It's a girl.
Should even up the score.
I got my girl, another girl,
Beautiful.
Nice baby.
another girl.
They name her Tracy, and she's off to a good start in life because she has two parents eager to help her. Their ability to tune into the needs of this little person will have great bearing on whether she becomes emotionally healthy or not. That's what this story is about.
You're fine right there.
Nothing like a baby.
10 minutes after birth, Tracy opens her eyes and sees Mom and Dad for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Bright Eyes.
As recently as the 1950s, mothers would say to their doctors, "She sees me. I know my baby sees me." And the doctor would say, "No, babies can't see until they're a few weeks old." Newborns were considered blobs, just a bundle of reflexes. Today, the researchers say that doctors were wrong. The baby can see. You don't need to convince Tracy's father.
You looking all around. What you looking for? Got me wrapped around your little finger already, don't you? Yeah.
Experts say that infants, even at this age, can hear as well as see. In fact, even before they're born, babies hear and react to the outside world. We know this because of new technology which allows researchers to look inside the womb. These pictures show the fetus at 2 to 4 months. No one knows for sure if the fetus is responding to the outside world at this stage. But by 7 months, the fetus will move if someone touches the mother's stomach or makes a loud noise. So when a new baby is born, her parents' voices don't sound entirely new to her.
What do you think? You ready to go home?
Tracy is more interested in sucking her fist, but child psychologists say her father's talking to her is important because when they look each other in the eye, they start forming a connection which helps Tracy feel special and secure.
Do you like Mama's voice, huh? Yeah, you looking for me?
What does the world look like to the infant? Vision tests done in babies as young as 2-day-old Kathy Lord estimate that they have 20/700 vision. That means I look something like this.
See me?
Hi, sweetie.
Okay.
And here's Mom and Dad.
Huh? You wide awake now, huh?
Babies see like this for about 2 weeks. Then vision gradually improves. We adults seem to sense the poor vision because if you talk to the baby like this, the baby sees a lot less than if you exaggerate and talk like this. And that's what people do.
Open those beautiful eyes. I want to see all of those eyes.
At Beth Israel Hospital in Boston, pediatrician Barry Brazelton teaches patients that even at this age, babies are individuals with likes and dislikes.
Come on, Christina.
2-day-old Chrissy is Bruce and Catherine Long's first child.
Christina, over here. Mommy.
Dr. Brazelton has Catherine compete with him for Chrissy's attention.
Come on.
Come
Mommy.
on. Start talking,
Christina.
Mommy.
Christina, honey.
They both call her. Will Chrissy prefer one voice and turn toward that person?
Yeah. Hi, Peter.
Yes, she chooses Mom. Dr. Brazelton says Chrissy turns to Mom probably because in the womb it was Mom's higher-pitched voice she heard best. As a result, babies usually respond better to high-pitched voices.
Over here. Come on, Christy.
It needn't be Mom's voice. When Dad raises his voice pitch, Chrissy turns to him rather than Dr. Brazelton.
Yeah, there I am. Come on, there I am. Oh, here I am. How's my girl?
Well, I always consider them just to be little rag dolls right from birth, and it is amazing that she can turn her head and...
Seems like a miracle that they know so much. I mean, right the day that they're born.
Another thing that surprises many parents is how well a newborn can focus. For example, they can follow a ball or a rattle with their eyes. I don't want to give you the idea that babies always respond so clearly. Dr. Brazelton taught me the technique, and I, who was terrified because I've never held a newborn before, couldn't get Kathy Lord to tune into anything I did.
You'll look at me if I go over here? Good night.
But it does work. You have to try different things and wait until the baby gives you her attention.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, see if you can calm her down by leaning down to talk to her.
Hey, baby. Hey, just...
Dr. Brazelton says each baby calms down to something different. Some babies respond to music, some to rocking. This baby quiets when she hears a soothing voice.
Just a calm voice. Just a calm voice. Just a calm voice. Just a calm voice.
If you look at a baby, that baby will tell you when you're on track by looking up at you just like this, like, oh, God, that's what I've always wanted. Or they'll look at you like this, like, that's not what I want.
Tuning in to your baby. Following their individual cues is essential for your baby to feel understood and pleased about life.
Yes. I know Emily Carroll, yes.
All the touching and talking and singing parents do with babies is far more important than many realize.
Cute as a sneak.
Babies are hungry for the sight, sound, and touch of other humans. And without that, their emotional health can be jeopardized.
The baby who doesn't get the appropriate stimulation, appropriate for him or her, is going to suffer a kind of deprivation.
Psychologist Harry Harlow studied the effects of deprivation on monkeys. In one experiment, Harlow separated monkeys from their mothers at birth. The monkeys were fed and otherwise well taken care of, but they were allowed no contact with other monkeys. They became emotional wrecks. They huddled in the corners of their cages, often biting and abusing themselves. When released into a cage with other monkeys, they were unable to play or mate or do things normal monkeys do together. Do people have similar reactions? Yes. In the 1940s, psychiatrist Renee Spitz studied orphaned babies in New York State and in South America. All the babies were well fed and clothed, and all their medical needs were taken care of. Despite this, many of the babies became withdrawn and didn't grow or develop properly. Why? Well, there was little involvement with other people. There were not enough staff members for each of the babies to develop a special attachment to another human being. In the orphanage where this baby lived, the staff was especially small. The babies had no one to sing to them or hold them. At 1 year, he could not sit up and didn't respond to other people. Not long after the film was made, he died. Say the psychiatrists, he died from lack of love. More than a third of the children in that orphanage died before they were 2. Babies that are taken care of physically, but not emotionally, can actually die from neglect?
Yeah, they certainly can. It's much more likely in this country that they will just not thrive. They just won't develop.
Even if they're fed, all their physical needs are taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes more than just nutrients, just food. It takes intellectual and emotional food.
How can you tell if your baby is getting the necessary emotional food? Infant psychiatrist Stanley Greenspan devotes his time to studying this question. He's director of the government-funded Mental Health Study Center in Adelphi, Maryland. One basic idea motivates his research.
Every child is entitled to be as emotionally as healthy as he or she can be, just like they're entitled to be physically healthy.
Behind this one-way glass, Dr. Greenspan has observed babies and their parents for 8 years. The results of his research are helping experts treat emotionally troubled babies. Dr. Greenspan says with the help of the parents, healthy babies will go through 4 stages of development in their first year. Stage 1.
In the first couple months, we look for the baby being able to take an interest in the world.
What you looking at?
You look for increasing moments in the first couple months of life of those nice, calm, alert periods. Little Elizabeth sat very calmly in her mother's lap, looked clearly at her mother, and also took in the surroundings.
What are you looking at over there? Huh?
Oh, hi, Elizabeth. How you doing? How you doing, Elizabeth?
At 2 to 4 months, the second stage begins.
We call this second stage falling in love, or forming an attachment.
Oh! Why, is that fun?
4-month-old Brian has fallen head over heels in love with his mother.
And she's helping Brian to find the human world satisfying and pleasurable.
Of course, babies can fall in love with their daddies, too.
For all those daddies who often don't think daddies are great wooers, Brian's daddy is now demonstrating how wooing a daddy can be and how satisfying this can be to a baby.
What is it? What is it?
No baby is this happy all the time. But your baby at this stage should start to smile and look at you and be this involved with you at least sometimes. Stage 3 comes at 4 to 8 months.
It's as though the baby says, love alone is not enough. I want love, and I want security, but I also want an emotional dialogue.
Where's Lily?
Most babies are able to now have impact on the world.
They see they get results for the first time.
Exactly.
Very good.
At about 12 months, a healthy baby moves to stage 4, which involves more complex behaviors like imitating.
Mommy starts drinking from the cup, and we see Elizabeth look at Mommy, and all of a sudden she starts drinking from the cup. They're having a little tea party together.
Of course, not every baby hits these stages at exactly the same time.
The key thing is not to lock a baby into any 1 month period of time, but to see a general progression from interest in the world to falling in love with the world to an emotional dialogue with the world.
And if you don't?
We should take the same concern as when a baby is not sitting up, or not crawling, or not walking, or not talking. In other words, we have to find out the reasons why it's not happening.
It wasn't happening with Jenny. Jenny was a perfectly healthy baby physically, but she was emotionally deprived.
Here we see Jenny and her mom, and we can see that mom is feeling very, very depressed and somewhat preoccupied. And consequently, Jenny was not taking an interest in the world.
Jenny and her mother, Joan, became part of Dr. Greenspan's research and treatment program 6 years ago.
Jenny was much more subdued and sober than we like to see babies even in the first month.
The bond that usually develops between mother and child wasn't developing between Jenny and Joan. By 8 months, Jenny was a depressed little girl.
At this age, Jenny took no joy in any human being and didn't distinguish mom from a stranger, and had this kind of interested but somewhat sober expression all the time. All babies will show this some of the time, but Jenny had it all of the time.
Jenny had not gotten enough of what all babies need from their parents: touching, eye contact, that type of tender, loving care. At 18 months, we see a clear example of how Joan was not tuned into Jenny.
Mother, instead of using soothing talk or soothing eye contact, begins revving Jenny up, trying to help Jenny calm down by stimulating her rather than soothing her.
Now, another baby might like to be bounced around.
The idea is to take the clue from the baby. With the baby who's getting crankier, as Jenny is now, then you switch postures.
But Jenny's mother doesn't.
Right.
Although Jenny was above average intellectually, she was 10 months behind emotionally. She rarely smiled or took pleasure in another human being.
Now, at this point, Mother was willing, for the first time, to come in 3 to 4 times a week to our infant center with Jenny. And we started individual therapy with Jenny to see if we could help Jenny learn to find relationships satisfying, learn to trust.
Psychotherapy on an 18-month-old child.
Right.
Don't these things just take care of themselves?
Some do and some don't. And the question is, do we want to take the chance?
How do you do psychotherapy with a baby? Dr. Greenspan demonstrates one technique on Brian, an emotionally healthy little boy.
He loves that birdie.
Suppose Brian couldn't get involved with people. Say he rarely looked at his mother. Dr. Greenspan uses a toy the baby does like to draw him into the human world.
Very good. Now, with Mommy, if you take the birdie, nice and gentle, and you put it in front of your face. Okay, see if we can get Brian interested in the birdie. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him looking at Mommy now.
Therapy like that finally helped Jenny and Joan. Here Jenny is 2.5, and for the first time, they are emotionally close.
Can she have her? You did good.
At 3, Jenny is, in most respects, like other children her age. And when Jenny was 4, her mother had another baby, Bob. And what a difference.
Look at how he looks at Mother. Look at that. He even talks to Mother. He's so enraptured and so caught up with her. She's warm, she's engaging.
Joan had learned how to be a better parent. Finally, the doctor's advice for parents?
Just like some adults have to be wooed into a loving relationship, some babies have to be wooed, and one has to experiment with voice pitch, with different facial expressions, different emotional gestures, different kinds of eye contact. Every baby seems to have their own special ticket. You can find the special thing that gets that baby interested in the world.
That's such a nice baby. Yeah.
One other bit of advice all the doctors gave us is, don't worry about spoiling your baby. I raised the question because I thought getting all this special attention would make any child more demanding. The doctors say the opposite is true. In fact, the more attention the baby gets, the less demanding he's likely to be when he's 2 or 3. During the first year, they say, there's no way you can spoil your baby.
That's good news for the babies. You know, John, probably nobody really remembers his first year, but I remember things from before I was 2. And the thing I remember about these kind of fragments is that the world was very big, the impact of everything was very great, and the sensitivity high.
That's what these psychiatrists say. I don't remember anything before I was 6. 2 to 4, they say, is typical. We've been researching those ages, and we'll have a report on what the psychiatrists say about toddlers sometime this summer.
Great. We look forward to that. And thank